I scroll on Facebook and I see people arguing with each other, language policing like grammar Nazis, totally missing the reality of the world, all because they're stuck on the internet and they know how to read. If you read too much, you let people control your thoughts, you know. Writing words is called spelling because words cast spells, and the pen really is mightier than the sword because it seems the way you talk is more important than what you actually do, what you actually feel, what you actually think. Talking is a little bit like casting a spell too, I guess. My mom always told me never to repeat what I didn't want to happen out loud. If you say it, it will happen. The problem is if you think it, it will happen too. I mean, if you do it, it definitely happens, of course, but in your reality, for sure, there are different realities out there too, so sometimes I think my thoughts are just my other selves telling me what's up in their world, or maybe their spirits telling me the future. I realize I never knew the future until it happens, though, and I get a lot of deja vu. People really have an idea they collectively agreed on online, away from the real world, what was proper conduct, social beliefs, and language, who you can discern as good or bad by their conformity to our culture. The issue is, good and bad are social constructs anyway. If gender is made up, so is the concept of good and evil. It really is personal preference and adaptability. At the end of the day, emotions are fickle. How do people who hate so much on others do the same exact things they say about the people that they hate? Okay, but since I'm here controlling your thoughts, let me give you an answer. Narcissistic tendencies and human nature. Not everyone has narcissistic personality disorder, but our brain has a natural defense mechanism to deny reality in order to cope with it. Replace the horrors of the world with denial, delusions, overconfidence, and arrogance, because otherwise we just fucking kill ourselves. We can't handle that big of a perspective shift if we aren't feeling safe enough to do so. And does anybody really feel safe anymore? Other people cope differently, have anxiety, depression, OCD, or antisocial, whatever. Like literally every mental illness that exists are just coping mechanisms that society deemed as bad. What is labeled as OCD tendencies in my files are really just an over-reliance on rituals, which humans have used to cope for its entire history. Mania is obviously bad for you because you have too much sex, you don't eat or sleep, and you have crazy big ideas that you are super motivated to accomplish. Everyone has a problem with my mania but me, so sometimes I think no one loves me because no one likes me when I'm happy. I mean, it's just annoying to everyone else that you just keep talking and their slow brains can't keep up and you're waking them up and scaring them because they don't understand you and what you're doing because it's too genius. Not because you're actually doing anything that crazy. You thought it through and they didn't, but you did it so fast it was as if you didn't think at all. This must be what God feels like. Otherwise, we wouldn't proclaim we are Jesus all the time. Subsequently, no one likes it when you're Jesus, which is probably why he ended up on the cross. Isn't depression just you becoming so unmotivated that you're even too unmotivated to kill yourself, which is ultimately protecting you? Like, wow, I love myself so much that my brain is gonna make me depressed, so I can't do anything about my suicidal thoughts if I can't get out of bed. Why are we contributing suicidal thoughts with depression in the first place? I think depression is what happens in reaction to suicidal thoughts. Maybe depression is the method, not the madness, and you're supposed to go through it, not medicate it. But okay, whatever, no one likes to be depressed, sure. But did you know psychiatric medication for depression increases the chance that you'll successfully kill yourself though? It's on the label you didn't read because they purposely put it in the small print. And medication can trigger other diseases and mental illnesses. What is even the point? Why is it any more or less sane than purposely injecting snake poison or smoking herbal drugs? Sometimes it seems the sick and psychiatric are just lab rats to test on. And fuck, quit taking my blood while we're on the subject. I wonder if the Illuminati targeted me, gang stalked, and terrorized me on purpose because I have high levels of adrenaline in my blood that they can take when I'm hospitalized. Isn't that an internet conspiracy? It doesn't matter if you don't believe it. What's important is that you read it and it entered your mind. Writing is like casting a spell, I told you, and you'll only find out if it was a blessing or a curse until after you've read it. So get offline before it's too late.